Good morning, gentlemen. We're on our 66th segment of Think Before You Speak, the laws of Shemirat Halashon, with clarity, Bezat Hashem. Lilu Nishmat, the great Chafetz Chaim, Zechet Tzadik Lebracha. Lilu Nishmat, Luza, Liza Bat Henriette, and our children that passed with her in the fire, Ruach Hashem Tenichenam Gan Aden. These halachot should be a great zechut for the cholim of Klal Yisrael, to be zochet to an incredible refuah. As well, these halachot should be a great zechut for our Bnei Chabura that sits every morning from 9 to 11 in business hours and plugs away at Gemara and Bet HaLevi. These halachot should also be a great zechut for Chaim Davido ben Chayesara to be zocheh to Shmira Ma'alya and great Nesiyat Chen and Siyata Dishmaya. Amen Ken Yiratzon. Today's halachot titled Underhanded. So I want you to think about this for a minute. You know, we're talking about the laws of rechilut, of not mentioning something to someone else that will cause feelings of hatred to a different Jew. Think about this. Someone's running a business. Let's tell over how the business begins to flourish and they're very successful. One of the signs of success of small businesses, expansion. That the business starts to expand and continues to exceed. And now the original proprietor, the original owner, needs help running the business. So can you imagine you're running a children's clothing business, and the business is growing and growing, and now it's in a storefront and it's growing, and the original owner needs help, so they hire a sales lady to come in and help them. So you go and hire this person in your children's clothing business, and the person has experience working by your competition. So the sales lady comes in on the first day and you show them around, and this new hire turns to you, the owner, and says, "Wow, your stuff, very high quality. You know, when I worked in the other store in your competition, the owner there used to tell me that your stuff is garbage, very low quality. But I'm seeing it's not true. I can't believe it. Your stuff is really high quality. I'm so happy I took this job." That sales lady was just over on rechilut big time. Because by telling you that the other person that they used to work for used to degrade your product and say that your product was all very low quality goods is going to clearly cause bad feeling between you and the owner of your competition. And if that's the case, she was not allowed to say what she said. Although she came off looking like she was very sweetly just mentioning in the past without looking to cause any fights. She wasn't looking to cause any fights. But it's inevitable when you degrade someone's product in the name of somebody else. Clearly, there's going to be hard feelings between those two people. What? They said that about my product? They said that about my business, that I'm a low line, that I sell goods that aren't quality? Obviously, you just caused a rift and bad feelings between these two businesses and these two people. And therefore, even though a person is coming off sounding like they're not intending to provoke any machloket or anger between these two people, but if you come and you downgrade or degrade their products in the name of somebody else, automatically you were over on rechilut, because that's called slandering someone's merchandise in the name of somebody else. You got to be careful when it comes to this idea of rechilut in an underhanded way, where it seems like you're not intending to cause any problem, but you just kind of remind the person or tell the person that somebody else had something to say not nice about them or their product. You're also not allowed to remind the person about an embarrassing moment that somebody once did to them, or you're not allowed to remind someone about harm that someone once did to them, although you didn't mention that person's name, but automatically when they remember the embarrassment or they remember the harm, they also immediately in their mind remember who did it. And that also will start bringing back the bad feelings between the person that was reminded and the one that was responsible for the embarrassment or the harm. And therefore, be very careful. Even something that looks innocent, if you're going to say something or remind someone of something that's going to cause them to remember or feel some sort of a bad feeling or grudge against another Jew, that is absolutely rechilut and prohibited. Again, our job is to remind people about good and bring people back together. Thank you for listening.